Weather is the state of our atmosphere at a particular place or time, and it is caused by the interaction of four factors: heat, pressure, wind, and moisture. The main source of energy for weather on the Earth is the sun. Energy from the sun is called radiant energy. The atmosphere absorbs, stores, and recycles the sun's radiant energy. The sun heats the Earth in three ways. The first way is called conduction. This is the direct transfer of heat energy from one substance to another. For example, the air above the Earth's surface contacts the warm ground and the air is then warmed. The second way the sun heats the Earth is through convection. This is the movement of material due to a difference in temperature. Air near the surface heats up, becomes less dense, and rises. Hot air rises, cools off, becomes more dense, and then sinks. Unequal heating of the Earth's atmosphere causes convection currents. The third way the sun heats the Earth is through radiation. This is the transfer of heat in the form of waves. Heat from the sun travels as electromagnetic waves, which can travel through space. Along with heat, weather is affected by air pressure. Air exerts pressure on the Earth because air has mass. The more dense the air, the greater the pressure. The less dense the air, the lower the pressure. High pressure is represented with an H on a weather map. This means that there will be fair, sunny weather because sinking air tends to dry out as it sinks, leaving sunny skies. Areas that are cloudy or rainy and have stormy weather are caused by rising air that condenses into clouds and rain. This is because there is a low pressure, represented by an L on a weather map. So why does air pressure change? Well, air pressure is affected by three things. The first is temperature. High temperature has low pressure, low temperature has high pressure. Second is water vapor, because it has less mass than other gases. And the third is elevation. The higher you go, the thinner the air, meaning it is less dense. Meteorologists measure air pressure using a barometer. This instrument measures the air pressure using the units in millibars. Weather is also affected by wind. Winds are formed by the movement of air. Air moves from areas of high pressure to low pressure, causing the wind. There are two types of wind, local and global. Local winds are what we are used to. They blow in any direction, and they usually last for only short distances. The type of local wind is called a sea breeze. This occurs during the day when the land heats faster than the water. This causes the wind to blow from the ocean to the land. And the other type of local wind is a land breeze. This is when the land cools faster than the water, causing air to blow from the land to the ocean. This occurs during the evening and nighttime hours. Global winds blow in a specific direction and for long distances. They are caused by different amounts of radiant energy from the sun and rotation of the Earth. The Coriolis effect is the shift in the path of the wind due to the rotation of the Earth. In the northern hemisphere, winds curve to the right, and in the southern hemisphere, winds curve to the left. Meteorologists measure wind direction using a wind vane, and they measure wind speed by using an anemometer. Moisture, also known as water vapor, can also affect the weather. Humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. Water vapor is gained through evaporation. The relative humidity is the amount of humidity relative to the area being measured. Meteorologists use a psychrometer to measure the humidity. The front is formed when two air masses meet. This is the boundary between air masses that have different temperatures and humidity. Cold fronts replace warm air with colder air. They produce thunderstorms, and then high pressure follows it and brings clearer weather. Warm fronts replace colder air with warmer air. They usually just bring clouds and a little drizzle. An occluded front is when a cold front overtakes a warm front. It brings heavy precipitation and sometimes a thunderstorm. And lastly, a stationary front is a boundary between two stationary air masses, which means they're not moving. They bring precipitation, which can last a few days.